All right, we are being joined once again by one of the big stars of UFC 255 this past Saturday. Another 50 G's in his pocket, another big win on his resume over Jordan Wright. Finished the fight with the second-round knockout. Excited to have Joaquin Buckley back on the program. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. So feeling good.
It's got to feel good. So I have to bring this up because we were just talking about it before we hit record. You are a big fan of Friends, King of Queens, and you said Friends was better than Seinfeld. I find that kind of surprising. I would disagree with you, but I can understand where you're coming from. Why do you feel Friends is better?
Hey, I might have to binge watch on Seinfeld, but like I said, ever since I was a little buck watching the show, I just never really got into it like I got into Friends. So
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to like put context on Seinfeld now in 2020, almost 2021, because it's about everyday life. It's about it's just about nothing. It's just about like what a day is in your life. But a day in your life in 1995, much different than a day in your life in 2020.
Right. And definitely in 2020 right now. You know what I mean? And Friends was the same way, just the day-to-day, just like regular stuff. It had no like plot like to it necessarily. Like the episodes didn't link up as much together unless you had like the special little episodes with, Ross getting married and stuff like that. But besides that, you know what I mean? Like it was just a regular day, like, a group of friends staying in one apartment together, So
yeah. Go downstairs, get coffee, and then on to the next day.
Type stuff.
Oh, man. Well, congratulations on the win. One thing I want to say more than anything is that I appreciate your honesty in regards to the pressures of trying to one-up the Impa Kasanganay knockout, because not a lot of fighters would admit that, but you did. Was that like a constant pressure that you felt from like the moment you signed the bout agreement for UFC 255, or is that something you felt like just on fight week?
I just felt it like, during fight weekend, just, like I said, I let people get to me like just by reading the comments and stuff like that, because I really didn't think it would change anything when I got in there, but it kind of did. Like once I got into the cage and, in that first round, because in my opinion, like I should have beat Jordan Wright in the first 30 seconds of the fight. That's just what's going on in my head. But, with me just going in the fight, he's firing, whatever. I'm just like in my head, like, man, I hope I don't get caught. And usually I don't think like that. I just go forward and I just put the pressure on dudes, So it really did kind of get to me, but, it didn't hurt me at the end of the day. I still got the finish. So that's the cool part.
Is it like a massive relief that the fight is over now? Like you get the win, you got the finish, you got the 50 Gs, all those thoughts are creeping into your head, but it must feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders because now we can move on a little bit from the Kasanganay knockout. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit, but, they always going to have something to say. So the pressure's always going to be there, as it should be. But this time I just won't allow it to affect me as much as it did in that last fight. So you're right. Yeah.
You were swinging for the fences. Like you said, Wright was doing his best to kind of stay at range. He was throwing big shots too, but eventually you caught him with a really hard shot at the end of the first round and you dropped him and you're so close to getting the finish. He was in big, big trouble. Were you surprised he was able to survive that and make it to round two?
Yes, sir, I was, because I kind of hit him. Like I said, I knocked him off his feet. Like I knocked him down pretty heavy, and I thought the fight was going to be over there. But then he got to scrambling. He reached for my legs. He started wrestling, you know what I mean? So that kind of did shock me right there. Now I try to, get in the guillotine, whatever. I should never try to do that. I just should have just kept raining down. But, it is what it is. It would have been cool to get my first submission right there.
What was the how crazy would that have been after the Kasanganay knockout? You drop a submission? That would have been crazy.
Right. I'm sure it's gonna be coming soon though. Might use that jiu-jitsu. I got good jiu-jitsu too, low key.
What was the conversation like in the corner between the first and second round? Like, was it basically, dude, you got him hurt real bad. Let's just put him away, or was it more like, don't get too crazy out there?
Right. Controlled aggression. That's what Joaquin Buckley told me. Just like keep them punches straight. Stop. Swinging for the fences. Trying to look for the finish. Just go out there, punch straight. And set it up. And I did. I slipped my head off to the right, and I threw my left a straight punch. And then I came back with a hook where he ducked, and then I came back with a looping punch because he was expecting another straight punch. But, that's where we end up getting the knockout right after that.
At 26 years of age, I mean, do you feel like you're hitting your stride right now, or do you feel like we haven't even gotten to that point yet? This is just the beginning.
We haven't. Yeah, this is just the beginning. We haven't even hit that mark yet, So, but it is what it is. I mean, no telling, how good or how great we are going to become, but we just gonna keep doing what we're doing, and keep riding the momentum.
So you're training with Chaos now, with Chaos Williams?
Yeah, that's a killer right there, man. I'm talking about 30 second knockout. one punch, hit a quitter type stuff. Like that's my motivation right there. I need one of those quick bonuses. Yeah.
So you work with Mercy Lago, right? Is that the team?
Mercy Lago in Lansing, Michigan.
How long have you been working with them?
This is my first fight camp that I had with them before the Jordan Wright camp. So I was just working out there for I think at least a week. But you know, me and Joaquin been we got the same first name, but Marcialago, we've been staying in touch for about like a year. You know, and with everything that was going on, me not having a camp, you know, he was telling me to come down to Michigan, but I ain't had the money to, you know. But we always just kept in good contact. And when I had that Impa Kansagane fight, I knew that one of his boys was fighting at Fight Island. So I was asking, could he corner me since I didn't have anybody with a passport at the time in order to go down there with me. So, you know, he said, you know, it was tough for him to get his passport renewed because of COVID-19, but he had 2 assistant coaches, and Justin and Mike, to help me out that day. So that was pretty cool that they came out there and, you know, was able to help me secure that win back in the fight. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just meant to be, to have those two guys in your corner, pretty much drop everything to come out and corner you. So what was having like a full camp with these guys? You know, you knew this is obviously the place to be since they were willing to drop everything like that. Mm-hmm. What was that like, kind of getting back into that team swing of things?
It was cool, man, to get back into that environment, you know, of just real fighters and just like real people, and just be a part of a real culture that's really trying to succeed and just is hungry for the goal, you know, because all the guys I was training with are looking to be champions one day, you know, and everybody in different camps, whatever, don't have that type of mentality. You know, they just want to be a part of the sport, but they don't want to actually put, you know, a certain pedestal or like, you know, create a certain ladder of that sport and create an impact, you know.
Do you feel like you and Chaos could just kind of feed off of each other for the foreseeable future?
We doing that right now, you know? Yes, sir. So, you know, like I said, I got to catch up with Chaos, though, man. I need a 30-second or at least 20-second knockout.
Yeah, he's got a big one coming up with Michelle Pereira. I can't wait for that fight.
Oh, most definitely, man. And y'all definitely got to expect fireworks, you know. And if Pereira comes out doing what he's doing, it's going to be another quick finish for Chaos.
Life's been changing pretty quick for you, hasn't it? I mean, you get the UFC call, 3 fights already this year, knockout of the year, no doubt about it, 2 bonuses. You got a baby in the house. Like 2020 has just been a crazy year for everybody, very successful one for you. How are you enjoying fatherhood? Because obviously there's a lot to keep you motivated right now, is there not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm only around them when I can be, you know, just with my training schedule and everything back home. You know, I only have to let him stay with his grandparents and stay with my girlfriend right now. But whenever I'm around, I'll just play with him. And, you know, it's not like he can do much right now at being 3 months old. So, you know, I just play with him and whatnot and just try to read to him and just try to keep that brain stimulated. And that's about it, though. But fatherhood is fun. You know, it's great, you know.
And how great is it to have somebody in your life that just kind of understands what you're trying to do? Like having the girlfriend around, you guys just had a baby. She's pretty much like taking the reins so you can go after what you're trying to do right now, which is awesome. That is not easy to find, especially in this sport, but you seem to have found it.
I mean, well, I've been with her for about 10 plus years now. So she knew what the goal was, and we always prepped for this moment. We didn't know when it was going to come, but we knew it was going to come eventually. And with just having a baby and stuff like that, you know, it's actually helped motivate both of us to just even grind harder. So that's the cool part about it, you know. But she, you know, she been ready for this moment for a long time as well, because she been a part of the hustle on the ground with me.
So let us address the elephant in the room. Let's talk about what happened after the win on Saturday, because you were asked what you want next. Everybody already knew what you wanted next if they've been surfing the internet. Even Joe Rogan knew. It's James Krause. And it all began on this show, Joaquin. We spoke. I asked you what you wanted after the Impa Kansagane win, and you said, I want James Krause. There were some DMs. You were going to leave it at that. And then you didn't want to break the guy code, so to speak. So Krause is asked about you after his win on Fight Island, and he just unloaded on this crazy promo. And then he jumped on this show after the win, and he explained things even further. So I do want to touch on some of those things just to get your side of it, but you were fired up during that moment. Like right after the fight, you were fired up. You were getting loud. You were angry. You were ready to fight Krause right there and then.
Right. And that's the thing, though. If he was speaking the truth, it'd be what it is. But like my man is just out here preaching lies and just talking about stuff that he has no clue about. My man never met me a day in his life, but he talking like he know me, you know what I mean, or talking about me like he knows me, he just spreading rumors that other people are probably sharing with him at his gym. But it is what it is. I'm helping him build up his name even more. He didn't gain some followers off of this as well, and but at the end of the day, we got to see each other, whether the UFC signs that fight up or not.
Yeah, because one of the things that stuck out was Krause said you have a bit of a reputation in the area. He said you've been kicked out of every gym in St. Louis. Never heard a good word said about you.
Boss, when I had my relationship with the guy that I had my relationship with and it broke off, I left the gym. I never got kicked out of any gym. When I started working with other gyms, whatever, they wanted me to sign up with the team. I didn't want to do that, so I had to leave the gym. Never got kicked out of any gym for any type of, bad relationship or whatever. I just felt like I had to move on to something different. But the more that people seen I was trying to do things on my own, and I was just trying to get sparring work in, not trying to hurt dudes, but get sparring work in with some of their best guys, whatever. They felt like, all right, well, if you ain't with the gym type thing, which, that's your own thing, right? If you're not with the gym, whatever, then we can't have you just coming in and out, and that was their little rules to it. But, I was like, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, because he said you wanted to go in there and just basically, pardon my French, just beat the shit out of his team, really. Like, he wasn't interested in that, like Krause said. But, now that his side is out there, I mean, was there more to that conversation? He also said there was something about you calling out Trey Ogden, who is a 155er, and Krause didn't like that too much.
I mean, I didn't call out Trey Ogden. Trey Ogden had put himself in the conversation. And that's the thing. I do my homework on all fighters. And when I was calling out Jason Witt, who was one of the regional guys, he was like number one in the Midwest, or actually like in the nation. I'm sorry. He was like number one in the nation, Jason Witt, at 170. And I was trying to get back down to 170 for sure, just on the regional level. And Jason Witt would not reply. He wouldn't say nothing, you know what I mean? Because I used to always stay on his head on social media. And then Trey Ogden was like, hey, man, get off my bro, da-da-da-da, and all this other stuff. And then I looked up Trey Ogden. I said, oh, you didn't had 2 fights at 170 as well. So I was like, hey, you can get it too if your boy don't want it. You know what I mean? So this just the business. I'm trying to fight. I didn't have a fight for a whole year. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to look for the best guys in general, you know what I mean, just to get back there out in the field. But, things happen for a reason. I'm glad I set out for that time to get better for myself. And, history speaks for itself. Now we in a place where they want to be, but they'll never be. And
now Jason Witt's in the UFC. James Krause is in the UFC.
All of them. And every person from Glory MMA can get it. You know what I mean? So anybody that work with them, anybody that's on the team with them, they can get it.
Yeah, because I saw Julian Marquez, who's one of the newer members of the team. He called you out, and then you went on your IG stories and you responded that the UFC had already offered him the fight, and he turned it down. What happened there?
Offered him the fight, and he turned it down real quick because he didn't think he was really gonna get it. You know what I mean? He was just trying to put his name out there, try to get a couple follows. But you got to realize sometimes that that comes with a price. And now, like, hey, you said that, you put it out there in the earth. You said you wanted to fight. Let's make it happen. If your boy don't want to make it happen.
So January 23rd, that's the plan. Ideal situation. You want to fight on that UFC 257 card, correct?
Yeah, 257, the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier 2 card. That's a big card, man. Massive card. Huge. Yeah.
It's a big one. So do you think you'll fight James Krause on that card? Do you think that's an option right now?
It's whatever. Like I told you, I mean, as long as I get a fight, that's perfect. But the ideal person would be him. I want him to catch this work. But, he probably going to blame, his knee injury. He probably going to say, oh, man, I don't really fight at 185. Let's do it at 170. I ain't trying to hear none of that noise. Because when you was talking heavy, you wouldn't worry about all that. So let's do it at 185, and let's do it January 23rd, But if you want to have your boys take the work for you, I'll do that too. So Julian Marquez, he can get it. Who else? Zach Cummins, he can get it. Jason Witt, he can get it. Anybody that work with you can get it, period. I want the whole Glory MMA camp. I want everybody.
So you want to run the Glory Gauntlet here?
Yes, sir. Not even a dream, but easy work. What do you say? Easy work.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was wild. I was surprised to see you like that. And I want to thank you for saying Google me and James Krause, because everybody went back to those old articles and it kind of took off. You set the tone for us. So we appreciate that, Joaquin.
No, most definitely, you know what I mean? But, I'm just speaking from truth, like I said, he's doing something that's just real unnecessary. You know what I mean? And like I said, though, like just spreading lies and doing the most. But at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying, you got to pay that price. You know, you got to pay the pipe. And that's it.
Well, there you go. So if on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you rate your chances that whether it's Krause or anybody that you're going to fight January 23rd? Are you pretty confident that we're going to see you on that card?
Oh, yeah, I rank it real high. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell you exactly 10, 1, it don't matter. But, like, I think it's very high that I get on that card, period. You know, they're going to find me somebody willing to fight. That's all I know.
There you go. Just look at this. You get to call your shots now. Did you think when you got into the UFC, you'd be calling your shots, calling your cards?
No, not at all. But, you know, now that we have this, you know, this leverage, we're going to use it for sure. Yes,
absolutely. Sir. So have you gotten a new contract yet, or are you still on the first one?
We still working on it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't got to tell everybody anything.
Okay. It's something's happening though.
I got family members watching this. They're like, oh, okay, cuz we got the contract. I'm like, hey. You know, but it is what it is. Working in bonuses. That's it. That's all I'm looking forward to. Another bonus. You know?
Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Man. So listen, Thanksgiving coming up tomorrow as we record. This is going to drop on Thanksgiving. So real quick, I asked Rob Font about this. He's getting ready to fight on that December 19th card. But, you know, obviously you have a lot to be thankful for right now. So tell the world what Joaquin Buckley is thankful for in 2020.
I'm thankful just to still be breathing. That's it, man. Still happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? Blessed in this world. You know, a lot of people losing their lives. So I'm just thankful to still be here, you know, and able to just enjoy the moment. So that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm thankful for. 2020.
Well said, man. Happy holidays to you. Congratulations on the win. Hopefully we get to see you on that January 23rd card against the dreaded TBD right now. But hopefully we get that name filled.
Facts. All right. Thank you.